and welcome to the Crooked Letter Sports Podcast, the show about Mississippi sports and the folks who play them. I'm Tyler Cleveland from Scorebook Live Mississippi, joined as always by my cohort and co-host, Rick Cleveland of Mississippi Today fame. Dad, have a good weekend?
Yeah, had a really good weekend. Yeah, as you know, the basketballs were bouncing, and I was watching.
Yeah. Also got a chance to play a little golf yesterday. We'll get into that. It's a big golf week. We're joined by our returning champion, local golf legend, Randy Watkins. Randy, thanks for joining us again today.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
This returning champion thing.
Yeah, what did I win?
Tell me what he won.
Well, I mean, if it was golf, whatever he was playing you for.
Yeah, well, no doubt about that, but that doesn't exactly qualify you as a champion. But he was a champion, and he does champion, especially junior golf in Central Mississippi, and does a lot for the sport. And he hasn't been able to help my game quite enough.
I mean, I shudder to think where it would be without him, though.
Yeah, that's right.
Guys, obviously it's Masters Week. We're going to get into it and, get some picks and talk Augusta. I want to start, we're recording this on Tuesday morning. I want to start with what happened last night, though, in the national championship for men's basketball. And we'll talk about the women, too. But I am still shuddering thinking about how good that UConn team was. I think it would take a fairly decent NBA team to I mean, they're as well coached as I've seen, and the length and the talent, boys, they put it all together.
Yeah, you said it. They're as well coached a basketball team as I've seen in years.
I agree with that. Going in, you'd think Purdue had a chance, but it didn't take long to figure out that they had a chance, but it was a real small one.
Yeah, I thought, I was surprised that UConn was going to play Edney man one-on-one.
Yeah.
I mean, they let him get the ball in the post, and he scored, 37, 39, something like that. Nobody else did anything.
Correct.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I thought if they said if he goes off, then I think Purdue's got a pretty good chance. But he went off. I just thought that UConn, it just seemed like it felt like the women's game the other night, where South Carolina went undefeated against Iowa. It was every time they started eating into the lead, UConn would just hit them a couple times,
yep.
and so it felt the same to me.
Yeah, the team beat the individual in both games. The best player in both games was on the losing side.
Correct. It really was, which is very unusual.
I mean, last night, and I rarely say this, but I would have voted for Edney for MVP because, God dang, if he hadn't been playing, it would have been a 50-point game.
It sure would have been. And that looked like that was Hurley's intent, was we're going to smother the other four and let Edney do his thing.
That's exactly what he said post-game. He said that was their plan. And, back when Pete Maravich played at LSU, the two best teams in the SEC were Tennessee and Kentucky. And Tennessee would always hold him well under his scoring. I mean, he would for a guy that's average 40-something points a game, they'd hold him to like 20, which was unbelievable back then.
Yeah.
But the other players would have a game, the other LSU players, and it was competitive. Kentucky, on the other hand, they just played him one-on-one, and he might get 55, but Kentucky would win by 25. It's just a different way of playing.
It really is. It's unusual, but evidently it works. Hurley's pretty good at it. I mean, he can coach basketball.
Yeah, the question is if Kentucky's going to make a run at him.
I hadn't thought about that, but they're certainly looking, aren't they?
They're looking. And how about that news, by the way, before we get to golf? Calipari.
To Arkansas.
Somebody leaving Kentucky for Arkansas.
In basketball.
With a $38 million guaranteed contract at Kentucky.
Yep. That's crazy.
Lifetime contract.
Yep.
And he's leaving. I mean, they pretty much let him know, we'd be happy to see you go.
Yeah, that's no problem. We'll help you pack.
Yeah, well, I think Arkansas is happy to see him come as well. So I don't know if it's
I don't know. Boy, he hadn't been very good the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't imagine the pressures of coaching at a Kentucky. It seems.
We're going to get to see if Kalen DeBoer can do a similar.
Right.
The pressure of that job is going to show up.
Yeah.
Pretty quick like.
I would not be surprised to see Kentucky make a run at the Alabama coach.
He's a hot hand, isn't he?
He is. I mean, he did a
well
great
earned.
job. Yeah.
Well earned.
Oates. Nate Oates.
Nate
Yeah,
Oates,
he just
right.
did a fantastic job.
Yeah. Before we move on, I wanted to just say I think it was the first time that anybody's gone back-to-back for UConn. It was since like 06, 07. Is that
I think
right?
Florida. Which,
Wow.
That's not the answer you would expect for the last
I wouldn't have guessed
basketball
it. I'd have lost
national.
money on that.
Yeah. Well, I would have too until I heard it a couple days ago. But Billy Donovan had it going there.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
He really did. I don't know that we'll see it. I mean, it's interesting that they went back-to-back. I don't know that we'll see that again just with the rule changes the way they are. I was kind of surprised that it happened this year. But, with the transfer rules and all that, I mean, it's, consistency is going to be tough to find. So I don't know when the next time it'll happen will be. But, boy, that was a really good team.
It really was.
I'm gonna miss watching them.
No doubt.
If he stays, they may do it again next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if Klingon will stay, the big man.
I mean, why would you?
I don't know. The NIL's getting pretty
Yeah.
it's
Well,
pretty
you're right.
sporty.
It can be pretty competitive now, can't it?
It can
be.
He looked more than ready last night, although he will face all 80s in the the next
Facts. Facts. That's right.
Well, guys, let's get to the main course here. I'm, as excited as ever for this Masters. I'm like a junkie. I was just like updating Twitter over and over during the par 3 ball skipping tradition the other day. But the tour comes back to the Augusta this week, and it's just so cool to see all these the best players in the world on a course that we all know so well. What are you guys looking forward to the most about this year?
Just for it to start. I mean, I'm just sitting on ready. I'm jiggling my leg every day. I'm still, at 62 years old, I wake up on Masters Monday like Christmas is coming, and here it comes Thursday, and I just can't wait to see sort of how it gets started. Who busts out of the pack early. Of course, it really decides the winner. Mm-hmm. But it is fun to see who comes out hopping fast. But that first shot Thursday morning when they have Nicklaus and Player and Watson out there, I will not miss that. I'm going to have to nearly be dead to miss that.
Yeah. It's a special thing. How many times have you been there?
10 or 12 and played it once.
I've covered probably, 12 to 15 and played it 3 times. So, yeah.
So you're familiar. Of course, it's
I
different.
am familiar with how unfamiliar it is once you're there.
Right. And it is an awkward aura to it. The whole thing it's pretty intimidating what it is.
Yeah, and especially once you get on the putting surface.
Yeah, and now it becomes, oh boy, what have I got myself into? This is going to be a roller coaster, pun intended.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it really is. You can't see it on TV.
No, as good as TV is today, the elevation still doesn't show up how steep that place is. Mm-hmm. I mean, it literally is a vertical golf course. It's a mountain golf course that's inland.
Yeah, I've heard. I mean, the players talk about how tough it is just to walk it for 4 days, and especially for the older guys.
Yep,
or the guys that have had a
ankle and back and knee and
let's say, go ahead and say it, Tiger.
Yep.
How's he gonna walk it?
I just don't see how he can do it. I mean, it's a fool's errand to bet against him on anything, but I'm just not betting he can. His body can hold up to it.
I think the cut thing won't go through this.
I don't think he'll make the cut.
I don't think he will either.
I don't like betting against the guy, but if you asked me to bet on it, I'd bet he'd miss the cut.
Or not finish the second round.
Or not even finish, correct.
Wow. Well, he is I think he was a plus 5,000 odds if you're interested. If you want those.
And that's insane right there,
Right,
just to
right.
think that. Because he many times was minus 5,000.
I got the thing I'm looking at says plus 10,000.
Oh, okay. Well, they got better odds than I've seen.
Wow.
So we'll go right from the top on the Las Vegas odds.
Okay.
Scotty Scheffler.
Scotty Scheffler. What do you think?
I think he's the overwhelming favorite, and he should be. He's easily the best ball striker on tour by miles, and by every measure, he's the best player, and he's playing the best.
Yeah, he won the.
So he has current form. He has a lot of winning under his belt. He's won there before. He has everything stacked in his favor. Plus, I just think that guy is almost impervious to pressure.
Sure seems it.
Yeah, I don't know if you can, but he missed a 6-footer at Houston to go into a playoff. But I don't think that was pressure. And he said, I just misread the putt. I hit it right where I wanted to hit it. I just misread it. But he's the overwhelming favorite. I would not be surprised to see him win it again.
Technically, Randy, how does he do it moving his feet that much?
Nobody knows the answer to that. Matter of fact, I was wrong about that guy. When he was coming up, he was, he won at every level, at a high level. But I didn't think his golf swing would hold up to that. I didn't think it would. And I was wrong, obviously. But what he does at the ball is all that matters. And it still remains to be true that in the golf swing, all that matters is what happens with the club face 18 inches from the ball and 18 inches past the ball. So you got about a 3-foot flat spot of the swing. It has to be right. The club face has to be square. It has to be traveling toward your target. And it's either going to be real fast or pretty fast. And if you can do that, you can do it. Otherwise, if that weren't true, everybody would have to look like Adam Scott. Because his is perfect.
It's perfect.
I mean, it's perfect.
He's
everything.
still hitting it 350 yards.
Yes, and he's getting some age on him.
He's 46.
I think he is 46.
Yeah.
But if that were necessary for it to be perfect on the backswing, then everybody would have to do it.
Yeah.
But they all have to be this at the bottom. And Scotty Scheffler knows what he's doing with that.
That's your base.
It is.
I mean, it's the base, and how you can keep that thing square and hit it in the middle of the club every time with that much movement in your base, it doesn't compute.
It doesn't. And it's baffled every instructor, every other player. Now the players look like they just now have accepted the fact that he does it his way. It's weird. It doesn't look like it should work, but it sure does work.
Yeah. Well, how about Rory McIlroy? He's the second betting favorite.
Fan favorite, I think for sure, would probably be the heartfelt champion. I think everybody would like to see him do it. I'm not sure he's on form enough for this week. Of course, a light switch can come on at Augusta. It can propel you forward. But I'm losing some confidence in his ability to win.
When he was younger, it seemed like he didn't even think about putts. I mean, he just made everything.
Yep.
And now it looks like he's just
sweating and working and trying too hard.
Looks like you, Dad.
No, it does not.
Let's don't do that
It's
to
not
Rory.
that bad.
Let's don't do that
This
to
is Rory McIlroy we're talking about. Yeah.
But I think, that it's easier said than done, but you hear it all the time about coaches will say, you got to let the game come to you a little.
Yeah.
And there's a lot that goes into that. And I think he needs more of that. And I think Faxon's helped him with that some, but I don't think it's all there yet. But I think he's got a lot of scar tissue too.
Yeah.
And not just golf scar tissue. He's been involved in the politics of the tour stuff and the live fights and all that sort of. I think that guy's starting to wear more scar tissue than he can handle. No offense to Rory.
He certainly looks good hitting the driver.
Man, it's fun to watch him hit drivers. I mean, it's fun to watch him hit a driver. And we're going to get a good look at him, too, because they hit driver every hole.
Yep. Well, third betting favorite, surprisingly a little bit to me, is Brooks Koepka.
I don't care. I have no care in that whatsoever. I don't care if he plays or doesn't. I hope he's not in it. I really don't. I don't want any of the live guys up in it. I just don't. And he's not denying any of his ability, and he can win it, but he hasn't yet.
He finished second to Rahm last year.
Yep.
And he got 5. I think it's 5 majors now.
Yep.
Looking at my notes here.
Here's the thing, and I think we talked about this some last year, that I still of the opinion that them playing 54-hole tournaments in shotgun starts where it's a set time every time and you get accustomed to that. And you don't deal with the wave of an early-late or a late-early tee time process is a poor preparer for a 72-hole marathon, particularly under the bright lights of the Masters.
Major, yeah.
Or any major for that.
Yeah.
There's such a big difference between 54 holes and 72 holes in a competitive environment. It's unimaginable. And I'm hoping this week proves that some of them are going to play well. They are, because they're great players. But I actually hope to see them fade away on Sunday.
Yeah, and that is why the next guy, the 4th guy in the betting odds, John Rahm, came out publicly this week and said, we need to play 72 holes on LIV.
He knows it. He knows it's not it's not the best arbiter of the talent. It's not the best preparer for the rigors of the tournaments that they want to play in that are still on the PGA Tour, which are the majors.
Makes it like an exhibition, it's not.
It is. It's a whatever.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about his chances, Rahm?
I think they're great, because I think he's undeniably
he's
capable, because he's got one.
Second best player.
Yeah.
I think.
He's the second best player in the world to Scotty currently, and he's got a green jacket, as does Scotty. So you can't count him out either. There's another guy you can't bet against him. And he's got that Spaniard energy and charisma and excitement and the creativity that they possess from, I don't know where it all comes from, but there have been 4 of them that have been mighty good at it.
That's right. That's right. It wouldn't shock me to see him get on one of those tears he goes on.
It wouldn't surprise me either. My gut feeling is, and if I was betting, I would bet on a whole lot of the Asian players, including Matsuyama.
Yeah.
It would be one of my first picks. And their iron game, whether it's Siwoo Kim, Matsuyama, Sung Jae Im, Minwoo Lee, these people being on, their iron games are so precise, and that is such a fit for that golf course that your iron game really has to be great that week. It has to be great. It's that demanding of the approach shot. So I'm leaning on, and those guys would not be shocked at any of them.
Well, and plus with Matsuyama, he's done it.
And he has done it. Absolutely, he's done it.
He, to me, when you're looking at the odds and you're deciding if you were going to place $100 on anybody, he looks as good as any of them to me.
He does. What are his odds? What's his number?
He's plus 2,000.
I love that at $100.
Scheffler is plus 325.
Right.
You can't win.
You can't make the bet.
You can't win much money, but with Matsuyama, this is a pretty good return.
You better believe it is. With a guy that can do it.
Yeah.
You can't say he cannot do it because he's done it. And his form has been good. He's played a lot of good golf this year. Not great yet, but a lot of good golf. He's trending well.
If that guy could make as many 8 to 10 footers as everybody else makes.
Yep.
I mean, he just doesn't make a lot of.
Yeah, he's next in the ball striking category to Scotty, to me.
Yeah.
That he's that good a driver, that good an iron player, that he's up there with Scotty. He just doesn't consistently putt, but neither does Scotty for that matter. But I'm waiting on Mr. Magic, Jordan Spieth, my running train wreck.
Yeah.
That he's the modern day Ben Crenshaw to me.
Yeah.
For lots of reasons. He's a Texan. He's a UT guy. He's wild off the tee as Crenshaw was. He's an erratic iron player, but he's not erratic around the greens.
No.
He's got magic in him, and I somehow it sparks for him there.
Is he over that period where he was missing a lot of almost
2-footers?
Yeah.
No, he's not over it. He's not over
How
it.
does somebody who rolls it that well miss so many short putts?
The scar tissue it just builds. It's just part of it. It just gets on you, and it's hard because you just don't ever know when the next one. And it doesn't mean you hit a bad putt either. It doesn't always mean you yipped it.
Yeah.
But it'll shock your system.
Who down in the field? We've talked about now the main favorites. Who down in the field do you?
Harris English, I like a lot. I want Victor Hovland to play well, but he's not played well. And he's gone through a swing, I wouldn't say transformation because it's not, but it's right. He fixed what he needed to fix. He learned how to chip, and he got to winning.
Yeah.
And played well there last year. But those Georgia boys, between Harris English and Brian Harmon, and to be honest with you, Russell Henley, those three guys would be a pretty good package to bet on. They're all tough, gritty, really good short game guys. Have played that golf course a lot. They played it when they were in school. All of them played multiple Masters. So they got a lot of experience, and they certainly have the game for it. I just look for one of those guys, at least one of them, to get up in it.
Yeah. We would have a pool every year at the Masters, a betting pool among the riders. And one day during the draft, I happened to be sitting at a table where a few feet away was Dan Jenkins, who had only seen him, about
all of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
And he was sipping a scotch and water and smoking a cigarette. And he said, guys, the thing that nobody realizes about this golf course, you take the best putters.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because these greens demand such precision. That's how Crenshaw won it twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Best putter I've ever seen.
Best putter I've ever seen. How about that?
Yeah. I mean, but
Brian Harmon makes as many
there
20-footers as anybody I've ever seen.
That was my next.
That guy makes 15 to 20-footers constantly.
He's
be
great
high
on my list.
Yep.
And the odds are good with him, too.
He's plus what?
3,500.
There's another dang good bet. And he's played well this year.
Yeah.
He has played well. Consistently well.
Yeah.
And again, you can't say he can't win a big one. He only won the British Open by 6.
Open. Yeah, that's right. He's somebody I would think about.
You bet.
We may need to drive over to Vicksburg.
We may come up with $400 or $500 a piece and go bet on some guys. We're picking out some good ones. I just think it's going to be fun to watch. And there's some young guys out there too. Will Zalatoris, his game has trended well. And he spent some time with Tiger on the golf course yesterday, which I thought was smart. And he's becoming a fan favorite.
Yeah.
I like Will. He was one of the guys I was going to mention. The other one, a name that has not been brought up, a guy who I think could win, is Xander Schauffele. He's trending in the right direction. You feel like he's going to win something huge.
He finishes in the top 5 in every major or every tournament he plays in. And Matt Fitzpatrick is on my list, too, to keep an eye out on that guy. Because he's got that. Again, he's won a U.S. Open, so you can't say he can't rise to the occasion.
Yeah, I got a couple other guys I want to ask you about, and this is recency bias, but Akshay Bhatia.
Yeah, how about Akshay?
That wouldn't surprise me one bit. That guy, to get up in it, it wouldn't surprise me a bit. He's a big, lanky lefty, and he hits it hard, and boy, did he win Did he have a tough weekend this past weekend and end up winning it?
I've never seen anything like it.
I've said this. I say it every week, it seems like. In that league, somebody is going to make you win. They're not going to let you do it. Like, that was his tournament. It was his tournament easily. It was his tournament in a runaway. And Denny McCarthy, birdied 7 in a row, 8 of 9. Actually doesn't make a bogey in that period and loses ground fast. He shoots 3 under par with a 4 or 5 shot lead. This is his deal.
Yeah.
But some guy comes out and does something weird and makes him win it. And if not for McCarthy laying the sod over the wedge in a playoff.
What about that shot?
He comes off an 8 out of 9 birdie stretch, goes to a playoff, got an 80-yard wedge from the middle of the fairway and lays the sod over it. Is this not the dumbest game you've ever seen in your life? It's crazy.
I mean, that did look like a shot, Tyler, that you or I could hit.
It was. It was one.
Yeah.
From a guy that's no way to be hotter or more comfortable with a golf club in his hand. He's birdied 7 straight holes going into this thing and does that. It's a stupid game.
Okay, Lucas Aberg.
Oh.
Oberg. How you say it? Oberg.
Oberg.
Lucas Oberg.
How do you not love the guy? I mean, he's the new guy. He's going to be the guy. And it could christen him this week. I'm hedging toward he doesn't quite have the experience there yet. Because I do think that tournament requires not just competitive, but life experience.
Yeah.
To deal with all that goes on. Now, he could, you can backdoor win a Masters. You can shoot 64 or 5 on Sunday and never have to deal with the pressure of the media or anything else and get middle tee times and not have to go at 2:30 under the brightest lights. That can happen, but it doesn't happen often there. Mm-hmm. But good gracious, is that guy something to watch.
Randy, you remember, you've probably forgotten, but last year, Sanderson Farms Championship, I went out there on Wednesday for the Pro-Am. Watched him at the practice range, then followed him around 9 holes, and I texted you.
Yep.
I said, I've seen the next one.
Yep. I think I was on the grounds that day, and I went there to see him.
Yeah.
Because he's the guy.
Whew.
And he's Ernie Els-ish in talent.
That's who he reminds me of, too.
He's got that, although there may be more there.
Yeah,
who knows? That's hard to say. Ernie was something.
Watching him last year during the Ryder Cup. But then you see him up close in person, and God, he's a big human being.
He is a big person. He is. He's a big young man. He's strong and fit and big and long and gifted. We're going to be hearing about him for a while.
Yeah. Anybody else you want to ask about, Tyler? I mean.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I was looking for my best dark horse pick, and I kind of had settled on Dustin Johnson at that plus 4,000. I think it was 5 top 10 finishes at Augusta since 2015. I don't know if he's, like you said, it hadn't been playing 72-hole tournaments. I know he did win on the Live Tour earlier this year, and we obviously he's got the game.
No doubt. I just disqualify all those guys from my picks. I don't discount that they might win it, but
it's hard to disqualify Rahm.
Well,
it is.
Cameron Smith.
Yeah,
I don't think he'll do a thing.
Same odds as Dustin Johnson and Justin Thomas.
What is Corey Connors? What's his odds?
Well,
6,600.
Yeah.
We may absolutely have to go to expert.
Adam Scott's 9,000.
We're up to $400 or $500 a piece worth of people.
Well, with Adam Scott, you need to look and see what the odds are for a top 10.
Yep.
Because that son of a gun is going to be around.
I agree. I agree with that.
There's some other names down here with huge numbers next to them that are kind of, I mean, you say Harris English is, I mean, what, 12?
Is he plus 12,000?
Yeah. So is Justin Rose. I mean, I don't know that these guys are ready to compete this week. I mean, but
Justin Rose, I think he's missed his window. I think there was a time when I thought there was no way he wasn't going to win a green jacket. But I thought the same about Ernie and Retief Goosen. I thought each of those guys win at least one of them.
How about Ricky Fowler back at Augusta? That's cool.
It would make my heart happy to see that guy win it.
I know.
Yep. I mean, I just would love that.
No, I think that's the top of my wish list this week. That would be cool.
Not going to happen.
Nope.
Yeah. Before we get away, let you get away, I want to ask you, you and I text back and forth 10 times a week about our buddy Wilson Furr.
Yep.
What do you think's going on right now?
I think he's just learning. I think he's learning the trade. I think he's learning where he needs to focus on his game, and I think he's really, really close. He missed the cut by a shot this week, which is a gut punch because
four bogeys in a row.
And he admitted, he lost his composure a little bit during that stretch because he could feel it getting away from him. It's not just the circumstances that you're under, but you can feel the whole thing getting away from him because he was when he held the bunker shot, he got to 2 under par, which was up in the top 20. And then it starts to slip away from you. And it's just all of it. He just lost a little composure, but he's learning. It doesn't come easy for everybody.
No, and I've asked you this when we were not sitting at a microphone before, but I'll ask you now. Do you think he might tend to overthink things sometimes?
Yeah, that's probably fair, and I think he would probably say the same, but he is made up, and what's got him to the point where he is today is his natural curiosity to understand, to diagnose and then understand it. And it could pertain to his body. It's not just his golf swing. He's in a deep, they're working on his body constantly. He's going through all that stuff, and he's feeling better and stronger, and he's fitter, more fit.
Yeah.
Is probably better. But his natural curiosity is an asset, but sometimes with consequences it can be. But he really does have the ability to find where he needs to work and focus on that, but he focuses on it to the point he has to understand it. Can't just do it. A lot of athletes, you just say, do that, and just do that, and they go do that. Wilson's going to say, why? Why?
Yeah.
And if that's overthinking, fair enough, but that's his natural born makeup, and it's part of what's gotten him to where he is today to be on the PGA Tour. So we'll see, but he's learning. He's getting all the licks that come with being a rookie on that tour. He is going to get to play a lot of golf for a while now. He's off this week, obviously, but they play in Dominican Republic next week opposite Hilton Head, and then it's New Orleans, and he's on a stretch where he's going to get to play a lot.
Who's he playing with in New Orleans?
Robbie Shelton, a former Bama player who's played some good golf this year. I'm going to go down there and watch him play one day.
Yeah. I just remember Wilson as a 15-year-old in the state amateur at CCJ lapping the field.
Yeah.
I mean, just and hitting it 330 yards.
As a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, won it by 8 or something.
Yeah, just lapped the field.
Yep.
And just seemed like without a care in the world, just
15 years old. Yeah. You don't have any.
God, but so much innate athleticism and talent.
Oh, it's just ate up with it. You can't have more than he's got of that.
Yeah.
But it is now a data-driven game of improvement.
Uh-huh.
It's not just by the secret in the dirt like it was in our day. Where Mr. Hogan just said, get on the range and don't leave until you get it.
Yeah.
Well, I need to know, get on the range and don't leave till you get it. It wasn't you're trending or you're 67% from this yardage, you're this from that, and you need this swing speed. And the problem is that environment now, and Wilson and I talk about this every single week, this is where everybody's going. I mean, this is where the best players are doing. This is what their stats show, where they're better. And this is what they're working on to get to that, to improve that constantly. Part of the problem in learning is going after a weakness, is what they always do. And they're always attacking whatever is weak in their game. And every week there's something. You either didn't drive it great, you didn't iron it great, you didn't chip it great, you didn't putt it great. Something in there, even if you win, there's something in there that just didn't suit you. So you go attack that. But you can't ignore your good all while attacking your weakness. You have to still nurture your good, or that good will go away if not nurtured. And that is part of the process at that level. That's difficult to see that sometimes. But I stay on him about it, and he hears it.
I've always been interested in the aspect, the I mean, it seems like there are players who work. I mean, all the players on the tour work incredibly hard. I mean, obviously, if they're there. But there does seem to be guys out there who, I mean, some big names out there who I just feel like are puncher's chance kind of guys. I'm talking like Bubba Watson.
Yep.
Right, just shot makers.
Yes.
I mean, just and
Fred Couples didn't know what the hell he was doing.
Right.
He doesn't know today how he did it. He doesn't know anything about his golf swing except what he feels, and doesn't want to know. And so he would go to Butch, and Butch would say, hit a cut. He'd hit a cut. Hit a draw. He'd hit a draw. Hit it low. Hit it low. Hit it high. Well, that's all there is, Fred. You can do them all.
right.
Just go do that. And he'd say, okay, we're done.
And it looks like pure silk
Yeah.
the whole time.
All of them look the same in the swing.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know how he did it. He just told him to do it, and he just go do that. But that's an anomaly. But it's a microcosm of everything else, and baseball's so data and analytics, and football's the same, and basketball's the same. It's all analytics and process instead of a reaction, an athletic reaction, and an innate allow the game to come to you some, and just play the game instead of playing swing. And there's a fine line between those two things.
How much would we like to see teeing it up Thursday at Augusta, Hogan and Snead with,
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Let's just go do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
yeah. And there's no swing speed. There's no
track man.
Yeah, none of that stuff.
There's these cool shafts that add 8 yards to every mile an hour gets 8 more yards or whatever. All this stuff that they just grabbed me. That Gene Littler I was on Cobra staff. And at the time, Cobra was fairly new, started by a guy named Tom Crow, who was a national amateur champion in Australia. A great player, real smart. It was me, Gene Littler, Gary McCord, and John Schlee. Mm-hmm. Remember John Schlee? He used to play in Hattiesburg. So they would have us come to their factory in Carlsbad, California, to fit and test for equipment. And the fitting was, you're 6'2", add a half inch to his clubs and hand it to him. You're 5'7", cut half an inch off. That's pretty much what the fitting was. But in the back of the factory was a little mat, and they had a field out in the back. And Gene Littler was Iron Byron. He would hit a club, and he'd throw it in a garbage can or hand it to the guy. Junk, keep that one. Junk, keep that one. And they all looked the same. I mean, every shot coming off Littler's club looked exactly the same, but it didn't feel or respond the same, and he'd throw it in the trash can. That was TrackMan.
Have you ever seen a film of Gene Littler swinging a golf club? It's magical.
If you ever get where you can't fall asleep, put his swing on a loop and just watch it. You'll go to sleep. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just beautiful.
It's just unbelievable.
Magical.
He was such
magical.
Great player, and apparently a perfect gentleman.
Superhuman being.
Yeah.
Superhuman being. Really nice to me.
Golly, Tyler, every time we have Randy in here, I feel like we could go for for hours. But I think we're out of time.
Yeah, and we are. We appreciate you coming and talk to us. We're like, school kids on, Christmas Eve this week. So
no more so than I.
We appreciate you coming in. You guys want to give us you want to give me a final pick, Dad?
I'm going to go with the guy that I would probably bet money on. It'd be easy to say, yeah, I'll take Scotty Scheffler. But I think if I'm going to make a pick right now, I may bet on Matsuyama Hideki.
I might put half on that bet, too. I really would. I might you and I just take that bet and just give it a run. I just think, is Scotty Scheffler going to be up in it? Sure. Yeah. Can he win it? Certainly.
Yeah.
Obviously.
But so can Hideki.
Who you got, Tyler?
It's hard to pick against John Rahm at this point. I think if anybody, I think the two live guys that I feel like have a chance are him and Koepka. I really like Schauffele. I think Schauffele's going to win one of these things at some point, and he's always near the top. If I had for sure to bet a top 5 finisher, I would take Xander Schauffele, and I'm pulling for him.
It wouldn't bother me at all for him to win. I like the way he handles himself. I love the way he competes.
Got a great game.
Got a great game. His golf swing is very repeatable, and he does one thing. He does it the same every time.
Yeah.
Very dependable guy, and he can win it. And he's a good pick. I don't know what the odds are on him, but they're probably not great because his record's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the best bet this week, everything else considered, is that I'm going to watch every second that it's on.
Absolutely. You can bet out on that, right?
Yeah, that's a given.
As soon as I come over and tell you how the Masters app works.
And it's a good one.
Right.
It's a good one. Thank you, guys.
All right, that's all the time we got this week. Thanks for listening in, folks. A reminder, you can see all the latest in high school sports news in Mississippi over at scorebooklive.com/Mississippi. You can catch up with all the Rick's latest writings at MississippiToday.org. Talk to y'all next week.